Good morning everyone, my name is Arjus Lipar and I am here for you to report about performing arts. So let's start. Let us know first what is performing arts. Performing art is an art such as music, dance, and drama which are performed for audience. And the second clarification about this definition is performing arts are creative arts that are performed by individuals or group in front of a live audience. So it means in front of a presenting by an audience in live ways. So any practice should be done after the presentations. In the scenario of presenting in live is good enough for the viewers to perfect and actual presentation. This is the examples of performing arts. You can see the first one, it has called this modern dance. So many of us know about modern dance. Modern dance is dance with by pair by female and male. So it means a lot of performance just to make graceful way and makes you feel professionalism for about that. And the second picture about of, if you can see that there is something performing of colorful way, it means it looks like a traditional way of performing. It means tribes or culture representatives. This is the way of how we perform the act of presenting their performance as live. The picture is about black and white, but that is not literally the black and white in the this mean is acting with feels. More to say, but in action way. As you can see, the meaningful of way of action just like El Gama Penumbra presenting but the shadow live acts. And the next part is you can see that there is a man and a woman. The woman is raising the hand up, and this is the example of opera or something just like Les Miserables with song as to speak a naturally act just like us for speak, but in the way of performance is by the sing. Just like example of that is where are you go, that's like that. Instead of saying where are you go, now let's move back to the next part. Literature mean is what which is intended or understood through significance, relevance, or profundity of out of a story when it understands the deeper implication, reasoning, and cause behind it. So many of us have representatives of many understand in a specific way of something that what we see is that is really of what we know. But in this way, I explain for you to understand what is the really mean what you see. This is the example of what you have learned about. The first picture is the girl holding a bird, but as you can see that is not literally just a bird, but that is a closure of a human and the animals. As you can see that there is a circle inside of them, which means in giving a focus of understanding that of all this matter, man, nature, animals should be united as one. The second picture is the example of is the totally of what you see is a naked girl, but that is a representative of how it looks like a beauty inside and out. No one will hide, no one will step aside, no one will criticize you because your body is a perfect without curiousness of yourself, without embarrassing of yourself, give you a self-confidence to show anybody. But in this picture to represent for you to be yourself, who you are is perfect. And the next picture is human swimming. As you can see, there is something about this head. This looks like just like this. You can see the facial expression is not is really meant of because you can see she is or he is using cigarette because make you really meant see is to why we have to understand is the nature is the way how we live, the way we represent connections, just like the first picture, the unity of human, nature, animals. The next is the cinema and media. What is the cinema and media for you about this? If you have knowledge, I know that we have the same perspective about this. Is cinema is about movies or something in the internet or present by actors and professionals. So whatever it goes, but this is some of what they need to understand about cinema and media. This is the way how we need to understand the meaning of cinema and media. Explore human communication through film, video, audience, digital arts, and interactive media. So, at the same way, you need to explore the way of how human interaction for that situation. Action of the actors or the meaning of that film make you connection. That is the way how you interact the media, interactive by the media. The way how you feel is the way how they want you to feel their performance, their action, purpose to gain your feedback, your response, your opinion, your reaction, what they done. Number two definition of media is field learn to act creatively expressing their ideas through light, motion, color, and more. As you can see, many have genres, cinema and media. How you want you to feel for the movie about. This is the example of what I need you to understand. The first picture is about Avatar. So that is the science fiction or about future generation or something else, but that is not really totally means of real thing, but that is the explanation of the reflection of yourself other world, exaggeration of things, the world in our world to fiction way. And the second picture is a lot of different ways. Let me remind you for something that movie is have different genres. This is the example of every movies have genres: romance, action, horror, comedy, real life stories that we call just genres, but many more, many things of a movie you need to understand in cinema. That's like just like this is the really main important of what we need to understand about what they represent really meant for us. So that's why we need to understand what we want to see in the movie, what we want to understand in the movie, what we want to emphasize of the element of that movie. That we need to see a movie how reflect to us. The next part is the example of media. What you can see about this, it looks like a book or something, but as you can see there's the connections of what we see. There is two pictures that actually that is not a two picture, that is a book by front and back cover. So the combination of them is looks like a human lying, but color of his skin is red. So that is the digital body of representing by media arts. Book is taken by New Media Art 2018. So it takes that 2018 about for example of this way. Cuisine. What previous knowledge about you about this cuisine? If you remember, we love eating. Yeah. We can't live without eating. So let me introduce you what is cuisine in our way of art. Did you know style or method of cooking, especially as characteristic of particular country, region, or establishments? So many representative of us is the same way of cuisine. We have delicacy, that's all. So we have preferred explanation of what we represent for us. So let me introduce you for some example of cuisine. Just make your mind set of this. Typically manner type of preparing food, Italian cuisine. So Italian cuisine, what you can see, this is so something cleanliness, then prefer view of food looks so delicious, and the name of this food is lasang, lasang, lasang. That means as lasang, so it means so lasang. That's all. But if after bake of different way of big lasang, what you can see, lasana, lasana. As you can see, lasagna. This is lasagna, baked lasagna. So that is the way of how we interpret of different way of cuisine, representative of a food. How food is represented by an arts. As you can see, so clean, so creative. As you can see, there's a layer about them. The next peak have how you use your fork to eat that cuisine. You need to understand the art of cook. And the next part is very popular for us. In the next example I present in you is one of the popular cuisine in the Philippines. If you know many foods we have to eat in this country, but we need to understand the meaning why we are doing that kind of food prepare in the specific way of presenting, why we need to understand of preparing this in a celebration in a way how we are creativity in that way. So what do you see? The Filipino cuisine. What thing you came up into your mind? What this looks like? As you can see in this first example is presenting by a she's inside in a plate, so it means it looks like it present in a restaurant or a house or something in expensive way of presenting. In this second picture is presenting by a simple way of celebration. It's just like sitting of a bottle fight or something in a restaurant behind the sea or nature, and in front of you is a beautiful sky, islands or something ocean. It's like a big flow of nature. It's like or celebrating of a family gathering. Just one part of see just take what you want. That is the way of presenting by our cuisine of Filipino. So there is so many things of presenting our cuisine, but this is the specific way of I explained to you that cuisine is our life. We are have an art in every way of aspect, especially foods. We don't know sometimes that we are so creative in that way, but we are doing that by our natural way. So I hope you understand about my reports about performing arts. Thank you so much.